what's the right word? I'd like to use amazing, but the nurses there are just
selfless,
holistic,
nice,
empathetic,
transcendent,
expertise,
There's so many words you could use to describe them.
amazing.
comfort,
compassion,
efficient,
They take care of you and they care about you like angels.
caring,
Superheroes. When I was really sick, they would sit with me if my parents were not able to. They knew what to do if a doctor didn't know what to do at the time because they knew me so well.
I get welcomed with hugs every time I come in. All of them, I have something to connect about. They show interest in my situation and in my life, and I know a lot what's going on in their lives as well.
They're not nurses anymore, they're like my family. So they've been to my graduation party, they celebrated my birthdays with me.
like I said, it's like family.
We really became friends. We became family.
If I ever needed anything, I would call them. They're more of like my sisters and my best friends more than just a nurse anymore, so I consider them all my family.
Oftentimes they'll even message me and just say, hey, how did yesterday go for you? You know, and it's stuff that's not required by them.
The nurses cared for all of us in our family, my husband as well as my 3-year-old son Finn. The nurses played with him. They made Finn feel very welcome to our room, to the hospital, and any day or night.
They would come back and check on me more than usual. And I appreciated that, being in my situation, being legally blind. I thank God that I've been blessed to have good nurses that have taken care of me, have let me know where everything's at, and if I needed them, when I pushed the button, they were there.
Oh, this is such a hard answer because there's so many nurses that have made like an impact on my life.
There was this one particular nurse who happened to be a graduate nurse.
Let me think, I can't even pick one.
I'm not an easy patient. I wanted to go home. And he says, Ms. Bradford, we need you to stay. If it wasn't for the compassion and the fact that he held my hand, he says, I'll call your family members to let them know where you are. It could have been a totally different outcome.
A Russian woman was our nurse, and she began to talk with him about Russia. And when things really were getting pretty intense, she sang him a Russian lullaby. And it was the kindest, sweetest thing.
I would say there's probably a handful of nurses on the floor that I go to that have impacted a lot of my decisions for like my future career and what I want to do and who I became as a person.
The unique thing I feel about the UPMC nurses is their care.
I know the phrase is above and beyond, but they went so far beyond.
Through the years, you know, you meet nurses in emergency rooms and doctors' offices, and some of them you kind of just hope you never see again. You know what I mean? The trauma nurses, I go up now still to visit. I mean, I love them so much, everything they did for me.
because I was working from the hospital as well. I used to go to work and then used to come back in the night to sleep there. So they gave me a computer. I could do my charting from there.
One time we experienced being in the hospital over Christmas time, and how they came in, and my kids were here for Christmas, and they got them little gifts and brought them in lunch.
As we would walk into the room we were assigned, there was always a comfortable recliner chair for me. And even if it had to be borrowed from another room, it was there.
As a parent, you having to be in the hospital on Christmas is got to be one of the worst things. But I thank God that my kids can look back and remember that day and feel joy about that day, because though Dad was sick, we still got to spend Christmas with Dad, and they were blessed to get gifts from people that didn't even know anything about him.
I wake up in the morning usually, I want to have my tea. So a lot of the nurses found that out, and sometimes they used to come with a hot cup of tea for my son as well as for me, and it touched our lives. It was something really I have no expressions for, I have no words for.
I want to tell them thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That we thank them.
Thank you
Thank you.
From the bottom of my heart.
for everything that you do.
Probably said appreciate 20 times, but I appreciate everything you do.
And I love you guys. It seems to fall pathetically short, but it's the best that I could do.
That we haven't forgotten them and that we love them.
You're loved. What you do changes lives.
A profound gratitude from the bottom of my heart for what the nurses of UPMC Children's Hospital have done for us.
They helped bring me back to life a couple times. You know, they watered me, they helped me walk, they bathed me, they French braided my hair.
Thank you for taking care of me.
They've done so much. They've influenced me to become who I am, and they've all made such a big difference.
I feel as close as I can feel at home when I'm in the hospital with their care.
And they're just great people, and I've yet to find one that I haven't felt like I wasn't in good hands with.
You have really, really made a big difference in our lives. And we are really fortunate that we had you. And we are doing whatever we are now is because of you. Had you not been there, my son would not have been able to achieve his dreams, which he's able to at this point because of you.
Someone I will always look up to is a nurse, because caring for someone is not an easy job. So thank you for everything that you do.
I have scars. There are scars physically that I see every day. I am fortunate to think about, when I see these scars, to not have only negative thoughts about it. Because of them, they made it that much better.
They gave my daughter back to me. They gave my grandchildren back their mother. There's 3 little children in this world that won't have to go through it without a mother now. There's no words.